While being a professional photographer and filmmaker and a content creator, I'm always searching for having great quality footage and photos without having all of this gear. I'm currently on a cruise on the Carnival Celebration, hence this interesting background. You guys might even hear some waves. I'm on a cruise. But on this trip, I really wanted to make sure I had high quality photos and high quality video while on this trip. It's a family trip, haven't seen my family in a very long time. So I wanted to create some beautiful images, not only for myself, but for them, but then also just for my social media and my YouTube. So this is my travel essentials as far as this cruise and everything that I brought on this trip. Quick disclaimer, this video is not scripted at all. It is 100 degrees on this balcony and I'm trying to just do this all in one take. So if there's any errors, any mistakes, that's why. So I'm just gonna go from the top to the bottom as far as everything that I bought on this trip. We're gonna talk about backpacks, we're gonna talk about cameras, lenses, and all the little accessories that I also brought on board. Now to jump right into it, this is my backpack of choice. So on this trip, I brought the Ulanzi 22-liter backpack. This backpack, honestly, it's a sleeper because you wouldn't think that it's anything special, but when I say it actually holds a ton, it holds a ton, and I brought everything that I needed on this trip in this backpack. Like I said, it's a 22-liter backpack. I was able to fit 3 bodies, 4 lenses, a MacBook Pro, and a bunch of other stuff. This thing is honestly a game changer backpack, and I have all these things linked down in the description below. Now on board, I also brought the Peak Design 10-liter sling. Now on a cruise, if you guys haven't gone on cruises, when you cruise, you guys also stop at ports of call. So we get picked up in Miami, the next day we may be in the Bahamas or whatever other island. And I don't want to have to carry that backpack. Even though it's a great backpack, I don't want to have to carry it all the time, and I don't need everything. So this sling is perfect for that, just to put in a few of the cameras that I need, a few lenses, maybe it's one body, one lens, and it also holds my tripod down on the bottom. And with it being in a sling formation, it's super comfortable, and I don't need to carry absolutely everything. I only need to put in there exactly what I needed. And that sling has been honestly perfect for those days when we're out just walking around and I'm capturing those postcard style videos for my Instagram. Now that the bags are out of the way, let's get into cameras. And I have a few on this trip, and we're gonna start out with the Sony ZV-E1. I've talked about this camera numerous times on this channel. Just to go over it again, it is a beautiful, 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 small, lightweight, compact camera. Same sensor as FX3, A7S III, and it's just, honestly, it's a beautiful camera. And I've been using this camera for about 2 years now. Absolutely love it. Won't go on any trip without it. Beautiful footage, but the thing is, it doesn't take amazing photos. It takes 12 megapixels, which is great for social media. But if you want something to print or you want something a little bit higher quality, that camera isn't it. And that's where I would like to introduce to you guys my newest pickup. If you guys have seen my latest video talking about me switching from Canon to Sony, I finally picked up the A7R Mark V, and that's where all my still photography, as far as my high-end still photography, is now going towards in the future. This camera is honestly amazing, and to be frank, I'm shooting with it right now, shooting some video with it, and I did not realize, like, I knew that it shot great video, but being on this trip was basically me just testing it out. I expected just to use it for stills. I switched it over to video, and I was truly amazed. The video footage coming out of this camera is absolutely beautiful. I believe it's downsampled from 8 or 9K, so the 4K is extremely sharp. It's extremely beautiful, and honestly, this is a great hybrid camera. Sometimes I left my ZV-E1 in the cabin and just brought my A7R V on these ports of call because it shoots great video and it shoots absolutely incredible photo. And then, like I said, there are days where I may not want to carry everything, and sometimes I'm in situations where having a big camera isn't really necessary or needed. So that's where the Osmo Pocket 3 comes into play. And honestly, once you get the settings dialed in and you understand how D-Log-M works, the Osmo, honestly, it's an incredible piece of gear. It's an incredible camera. There are days where I took this out and I only used the Osmo, And there have been times where I've been just walking around the ship and I just use the Osmo to capture footage. And honestly, like I said, if you can dial in that D-Log M and get your white balance and your exposure correct, the Osmo, sometimes that might be all you need. I mean, some of the people that are just now getting started in content creation highly recommend the Osmo Pocket 3. And then lastly, on the still side, I could not leave my Fuji X100V behind. The Fuji X100V, honestly, it'll always be a part of my arsenal. Beautiful images. It's a great point and shoot, quick and easy. All the film simulations that you can preload and that come in the camera honestly make it a no-brainer to have on any trip. Now, to talk about lenses, we have a few all on Sony, starting out with the Sony G Masters 16-35 2.8. So what I'm filming with right now. Absolutely beautiful lens. It's a little heavy, but it's absolutely beautiful, especially in those scenarios where you want to show more of the landscape, show more of the scenery. 16-35 2.8, absolutely beautiful. But I like to get coverage, so that's why I also shoot with the 24-70 2.8 G Master lens. GOAT for photography, GOAT for video, especially if you want some dynamics and some range in your footage or your photos. Not everything needs to be super wide. Sometimes you want to punch in and get some nice close-up images, some nice close-up video. So 24-70 2.8. And then lastly is more of a vlogging style talking head type of video lens, and that is my 20mm 1.8. Great in low light. Not using it in this scenario, even though I would love to blur this background out a little bit more, but it's a 1.8, so it's kind of overkill even with this ND filter with all this sun coming in. But the 20mm is a great lens, great in low light. Like I said, it's a 1.8 aperture, so if you're shooting in low light and then you pair that with the ZV-E1 with the great low light capabilities of that camera, honestly, you're good to go. Now, to get into filters with these lenses, because I think filtration is very I don't want to say it's kind of put on the back burner. It's not taken as serious in a content creation style of video, but as a professional, filtration, we know how important it is. So to start out with a filter that I have on this camera right now, it is the Polar Pro and Peter McKinnon combo ND filter. It's a variable ND filter with the mist. So this is a 2 to 5 stop ND filter. It literally lives on the lens. Whatever lens I'm filming video with, this filter is on the lens at all times. Absolutely beautiful. If you guys don't know what ND filters are, it's sunglasses for your lens, but it also has a polarizer in it, so it cuts out reflections. So if I turn this, you'll actually see it in the window behind me. Let me go here. You'll actually see the polar. There you go. You see it in that window right there behind me. I'm actually going to leave it like that. We'll do it like that. And that's a great feature in this filter. So you have the ND filter, you have the polarizer, but it also has a mist. So mist is more like a diffusion, just to soften up the image a bit, because these digital cameras, especially this A7R Mark V, they're super, super sharp. So sometimes you want to take the edge off a little bit, and that's where that mist comes into play. And then to add on to my filtration, when I'm shooting photos, I'm using my newest filter, also by Polar Pro and Short Stash. I can't believe it took me this long to get it, but it's the everyday filter. This filter will live on my lens every time I'm taking stills. Beautiful filter. Like I said, I can't believe it took me this long to get it. Absolutely beautiful. It's also a polarizer with a mist, but it just takes that edge off of the photos. Sometimes I don't need the ND aspect, so the everyday filter comes in clutch when I don't necessarily want to stop down on the lens like the ND filter does. So the everyday filter definitely will be on my lens at all times when I'm shooting photos. And then lastly, on filtration, I have my ND filters for my Osmo. Like I said, a lot of people don't take it serious, but if you want to shoot at those low f-stops, you need ND filters. And with the Osmo, it has a fixed aperture, so you can't change it. So you need ND filters, especially if you're shooting on a cruise and you're outside all day. So I have the K&F concept set. It is a 1 to 5 and a 5 to 9 ND filter set that stays on my Osmo at all times, never comes off. And then moving on to accessories. The accessories, kind of what makes all these things work and come together and allow me to get these unique, beautiful shots. So starting out with probably my favorite accessory, my favorite piece of camera gear, it is the small rig Magic Arm. Now, I actually only used it once on this trip, but with the Magic Arm, you can put your camera in very obscure places, get obscure angles, places you normally wouldn't be able to stick a tripod or put any type of mounting, putting your camera in these situations. So the Magic Arm comes in clutch, holds the cameras great. Like I said, you can put them in very obscure, different ways. You can even get cool POV shots. But in this scenario, on this trip, I just used it to hang it from a cabana to get a shot of Dulce messing with the Fuji, and in that scenario it worked out great. So small rig Magic Arm, definitely get one if you don't have one. This next one, I don't leave the house at all because it plays a few roles. It is my PGY-TECH Mantis Pod. It plays as a very good table tripod, but it also is a great vlogging tripod, like a handheld situation where if you don't want to hold the camera, go ahead and put the camera on the Mantis Pod. You can walk around, vlog with it. But also with the Mantis Pod, you use that Mantis clip. You can put your camera also at some very obscure angles as well. PGY-TECH Mantis Pod, goated. And then my favorite accessory, the one that honestly, I absolutely love it. It is my Falcam F38 Pro tripod, carbon fiber edition. This thing is absolutely incredible. Super small, lightweight, compact. It gets really small, it gets really tall. I'm using it right now. I used it a ton on this trip to get those static shots of video postcards, and I absolutely love this tripod. It's small enough that I feel comfortable enough traveling with it. So this will always come with me on any travels and definitely on my next cruise. And then powering all this stuff, I have batteries galore. So I have my dual case battery charger. I'm blanking on the name, but it's like some weird name, but you guys see it right here. But I make sure I have this so I'm always able to power up at least 2 batteries. I may get another one eventually so I can power up 4 now that I have 2 Sony cameras. But this thing comes in clutch, and it also plays as a power bank when I'm out on ports of call, out in the field. It's a great addition to my camera kit. And then lastly, to edit all the photos and all the videos that I'm shooting while on this cruise, I have my M1 Max MacBook Pro. The thing's a beast. It's almost time to upgrade to the M4, but this thing's still chucking away. Absolutely love it. Editing in Adobe Premiere, and it's taking it like a champ. All these 4K files, these 61 megapixel stills coming out the A7R5, and it's chugging away and it's going at it. No complaints. And that is my camera setup for travel while I'm on this cruise. Absolutely loving it. Hope you guys enjoy this style of content. If you guys do, make sure you guys smash that like button, comment on the video, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one, and I'm gonna go get a drink. So peace.